Hello, my name is John Williams and I'm the writer, producer and director of Crispy's Curse.
Ah, yeah.
Action!
Can I help you? Do you realise this is private property?
Okay, cut.
So, could you tell me what Crispy's Curse is all about?
What's it about, Chris? What's it about? It's bloody, I don't know, stuff with a clown, I suppose. That's what it's about.
Is it really?
Crispy's Curse revolves around a Christian heavy metal band called Messiah Fist, as they do battle with a demonic but quite charming killer clown who takes revenge on a small town, in this case Stoke-on-Trent. Along with the Messiah Fist, you have a ghost hunting team called Spirit Hunters International Team. We've got Angie Belcher playing Mary.
Yes. Good luck.
Oh, a lot of effort for that, wasn't it?
We have Kate Cubley playing May and Daniel Alexandra playing Dan.
I'm sure it's a close up on Kate. I'm sure they haven't done that yet. What time did you put that thing on? Who put the thing on, man? Ben in it? Oh god, I'm gonna run out of money in car parking.
It's you!
On
that side.
Why are you in that? Why are you in 10? Where have you been?
Why am I a 10?
you meant to phone
Must be the moustache.
That's it, yeah.
Are you meant to phone though? Are you
No,
meant to phone
no.
if you
Sorry,
can't?
moustache is only a 6.
I'm sure sometimes you meant to
You got
phone
pacemaker?
if you can't. You don't always use that as an excuse to do.
They got a ticket thing over, you can't do that.
I usually say, oh, you go to another one.
That's so weird. This hasn't worked all day.
What is it? Distance.
It's an EMF reader. It's for ghost
No, there was
hunting.
another one.
You're possessed.
And also 2 small town detectives called Pope and Moss.
Jesus! He sapped off an entity.
Is it that man there?
Oh my god!
It's picking up Maurice. How you two ever got into the police force as beyond me? That's a sense, isn't it? For what? Ghost. Ghost? Yeah. It's an energy. Go on.
And also, who else is in it, Chris? Oh, and also Alan Baptiste, the self-proclaimed destroyer of demons.
That was on about us.
My alibi.
Oh yeah, sorry.
Pope and Moss, interview, take 1.
Can you tell me a bit more about your character?
In the film, my character is called Alon, not Alan, Alon Baptiste, and he is the world's authority on spirit mediumship, if that's a word, mediumship. He's the world's greatest spirit medium anyway, and he is brought in to help fight an entity that's too powerful for the other spirit hunters in the film. They realise they're in trouble, they need the best, so they call for Alon. He's a very flamboyant character. So he's very much self-aware of his brilliance, and he's got no problem in letting everybody know that. He's quite rude, actually. To most people, the only person he's nice to is his spirit guide, Maurice. Everybody else is nothing to him. But Maurice, obviously, is his spirit guide, so he gives him a break.
My character is a little bit of a chancer. wants fame more than anything. And yeah, so opportunist, let's say that. You know, he sees the big story, and he tries to get himself in there to try and boost his fame. Works for a shit magazine called Chords of Fury. You know, obviously, it's not very big, but he'll mention his name to people. Steve Smith. You know who he is, but Chords of Fury magazine. You know, but obviously no one gives a shit. No one knows who he is. But and he's got a big ego, so he really wants to get out there and be famous.
I play Mary. Mary is head of Spirit Hunters International Team, which is shortened to a sweary word that I probably can't say on camera.
My character's called Dave. I'm a dopey cameraman. I tend to follow Steve Smith around for Chords of Fury magazine and just capture whatever he does on camera.
Basically, I play a character who's scared of everything. He's joined the paranormal team because he wants to find out about life after death. His mum passed and he wants to see if he can get a hold of her or get in contact with her. So that's the reason why he's part of the squad, because he wants to find out about afterlife and paranormal activity, but he's scared of everything.
Well, I'm Moss, and I'm sort of the stupid detective. I'm just the stupid one that eats quite a bit. That's it, really.
And I play Pope. I'm his boss, and he follows me around and agrees with everything I say, really. Is that right?
Yeah, I suppose.
You should. Don't turn your fucking light off. No, look in there. Don't turn your light off, dear. Come on. It's 32. Go on, you open it. No, you're Pope. I'm just... It's locked. Come on, unlock it. I ain't doing it. This is your manner, you can look at it. Go on, have a look.
So my character's May. She's quite sassy, scientific, quite smart but very sarcastic. She's in the investigator team, so Spirit Hunters International Team, which is shit.
Right, okay, I play a character called Sneege, who's the lead guitarist of Messiah Fist. He likes to vape a lot. He's pretty slow, I'd say, as a person.
Yeah.
What do you reckon?
Yeah.
But a likeable guy, you know, an all-round good fellow.
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 Oh,
fellatio.
Yeah.
Right. I'm Max. I play Max.
Again.
He's a bit of an idiot. No self-awareness.
There's no acting, basically.
There's no acting, basically. I'm just playing myself. Yeah. Lead singer of Messiah Fist. And all-round sex goddess.
Goddess?
Goddess.
Oh.
Messiah stump!
Are you done? Is that it? Okay, I'm Matt, I play Gus, who is the polar opposite of me. He never speaks. I speak all the time. He Thanks. I don't know what this is for, but thanks. He's sadistic. He's injures things off camera. He always wants to hurt anyone apart from these two. And they're the only two he's got respect for, and that's pretty much sums him up. He's an evil, horrible, long-haired bass player.
And wait, we're forgetting about Frank. Frank's non-verbal, likes long walks in the sun, and he is the manager of Messiah Fist.
How is the character similar or different to how you are in real life?
She's very earnest, she's very serious, and she also kind of believes in the supernatural, which I don't really.
I think it is a bit similar to me. I mean, hey, who doesn't like being famous? You know what I mean? I do like it. I mean, yeah.
This is pretty much the time for today.
So I do really relate to the character, you know. So yeah. I mean, if I wasn't famous, I don't know what I'd do. You know, I mean, yeah, it'd be weird. Just wouldn't make sense. So I understand, you know, because before I was famous, I always thought, well, I'd like to be famous. You know. So yeah, I relate to the old me when I was younger. You know, so it's kind of very nostalgic for me to do this character. But yeah. He's definitely got a lot of energy, because when he gets excited, he'll get really excited and really, because he's gonna get famous and so you know, he gets really excited. So I use a lot of my energy to make him look very excited. He's gonna get the story, man. Yeah. So, and I think, but he's fake, very fake. I'm not fake. I'm very real. So, you know, he doesn't really care about these people. He just interviews them for his own gain, you know. So that's quite a hard bit to play.
He's different from me in the fact that I'm quite outgoing, quite adventurous, and he's very much withdrawn and quiet, doesn't really do an awful lot. He just does as he's told. I think he's described as being like a Labrador. So he just follows instructions, and that's not like me at all.
I suppose I'm not as scared in real life. Bit of a burly rugby player, so not many things frighten me. So from that point of view, it is quite different. There is a few similarities in facial expressions and so forth.
But it's virtually exactly the same, with just different clothes, ain't it? Really? No. I do eat a bit, but I don't. I don't solve any cases. So that's probably about the only resemblance, I suppose. Oh, and same hair, but that's about it.
You both have a lot of eye infections, don't you?
Yeah, I've got eye infection as well. So, yeah, that's it, really.
Yeah, there's no similarities with me or my character at all.
Yeah, there's no similarities with me neither.
No, I don't solve crimes. I don't normally have a moustache. I'm a bit of a twat. But yeah, there's no similarities at all.
Sneege is a lot like me because he just doesn't really care about anything. Yeah, I think when John wrote the film, he did have like a little bit of me in mind. So I don't really act at all. I just kind of play myself. I vape a lot and I play guitar. So, and I don't know what I'm saying half the time anyway, just like the script. So I'd say very similar. Someone's going to shoot you.
Holy shit.
Come on, we're not taking this interview seriously.
I know, yeah. God.
Frank is not happy.
Frank,
he's looking away at me like.
I'm not even looking at you. Just talk to the stump. Doesn't like that. Stop it. Yes. I don't know really. I don't know. I don't know. Who am I?
What
am
a
I?
great answer.
Where am I?
Don't know.
What is the
There you
meaning?
Frank, thank you very much.
Yes, I sing
Frank's
like
gonna-
my character. I have no real self-awareness or interest in being cool like my character.
No, I think Max is very cool though.
Do you?
Like Max the character, not
Yeah,
you.
yeah. Not
No,
you.
I'm joking. You're cool as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think Gus is a little bit like me and like most people, as in we have those thoughts and feelings that he has, but normal human beings just don't act on them. But I think Gus would do, given any opportunity. He's just held back by these two.
I really wish I put more thought into my character. It's could have been a lot more in depth. I'm sorry.
I'm not.
Oh God, he couldn't be more opposite. Could not be more opposite. I mean, he's just so rude to people. I can't even find anything in common with the guy. I suppose he's quite sure of what he does, you know, and he's quite. But even then, I'm still quite humble. I think I've got nothing in common with the guy. I've got to be honest. I can't even pull at any thread there. The dress sense, no. The way he speaks to people, no. His background, no. No, there's nothing there. So, well, which is good for me, because if I'm playing a character that's exactly like myself, you know, it wouldn't really challenge me. So it's great to play somebody who is the sort of person, if he came into a pub and sat down and started talking, I'd walk off. You know what I mean? I'm not sitting listening to that guy. Do you know what I mean?
Similarities, I'm fairly scientific because I know a lot about anatomy and biology, but I don't know anything about physics and ghost hunting, so that's not very similar at all. Over this way, come.
That's when you get your ass kicked.
Apparently someone was murdered in this room and Max going crazy. Look at it.
Yeah. Carries on. The last thing they'll say after that.
Yeah. She said try more money to do it to get out of the way.
We're going to a giant. That makes
Yeah, but
Have you seen this? It goes really, really noisy, and then all of a sudden it just disappears. Like I screamed earlier on because I was taking the mickey. I was like, Meh! And then it just stopped like instantly. I was like, ooh, okay. Apparently screaming stops it, and then it picked up again.
Have it stopped?
Yeah, you feel the focus. Who says that? Paul.
I've got it. That's where they were murdered.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm alright, I think.
No.
I don't need one.
Sorry, we've got a skeptic in the midst.
I don't need one.
It's actually applying.
I'm sceptical.
It's getting it right.
I'm not sceptical, I didn't say that. No, I believe in it, all of it.
What do you love and what do you hate about your character?
I don't like the cardigans. I had to buy this from a popular high street retailer that I don't shop in normally. I'm not interested in the lace very much. It doesn't really turn me on in any way, shape or form. I don't think grey suits me. And I probably wouldn't wear such xenobombulous jewellery. It's a bit too in your face, isn't it? It's kind of like, hello, look at my jewellery. I probably prefer something a little bit more nuanced, shall we say.
Okay, thank you.
That's how she wants you to dress, Chris.
Right.
I love his way of communicating with people, his put downs, his pouty face. I love the way that he conducts himself. As rude as he is, I think hopefully, touch wood, he'll be funny to watch and he'll be good for the audience. His one-liners, the way that he conducts himself and sort of prances around the place like he owns everything. So he's a nice character to play because literally any insults that would pop into my head could just come straight out my mouth. You know what I mean? And it would probably suit the scene. Dislikes about him? Nothing really. I think the biggest dislike at the moment is the tweed jacket. It's dead hot. It's really hot. And we were filming a scene earlier in front of the lights. But I started off, so it's my only fault, but I put my hands, as he's standing, like this. He's got his hands in his pocket. It's really hot, so when my fingers come out, I'm really sweaty. So that's the only thing I dislike about him. So it's nice to play quite a nasty, unsavoury character, and then when we cut, I can go back to being friendly me.
I really dislike that she's so sarcastic about everything and really awkward at flirting. And then in terms of what I like about her, I quite like that she knows things and is quite opinionated.
The fact that I've not got a lot of lines, which is ace, so I haven't got a lot to learn, but at the same time there's like, it's got to be very expressive in my facial expressions and my movements to try and convey what's going on in his head and hopefully be a bit of a comedic element for the audience.
The only thing I really like about my character is that I am the brother of the Keith Smith, the reporter from the Mother Town, which is the film that was made before this. And he was a reporter too, and he got killed yet again. But I'm the actual brother of the guy. Why can't I speak today? Well, you know why? I'm tired. I'm absolutely knackered. But yeah, I like the fact that I'm his sibling. Does sibling mean brother or I don't know. Yeah, brother and sister. Yeah, I'm the brother of the. So basically, I'm the brother of Keith Smith from the Mother Town, and that's what I like about me, because I like Keith Smith. So I like being his brother. Yeah. So you know, brotherly love. You know what I mean? Yeah. So I'm flying his flag, mate. Yeah.
I love how he's everything's in his face. Whether he's upset, whether he's happy, whether he's scared. He says a lot of things with his eyes and expression, and that's what I love about him. I love the fact as well that there's not rims and rims of dialogue. It's more his presence is more stronger than anything. I suppose one of the things is I wish he could have been in the band as well. I'd have loved to have been in the band.
I think my characters. I like my character. I like stupid, and I like my character. So yeah, I like everything about him really.
I like the way he talks to Moss. I like the way he talks to the band. He's just a bit more of a. He thinks he's got a bit of a, I don't know, authority, but he hasn't. Yeah, he's just. I know he's a good character to play. He's a bit of a dumbass, I suppose.
Yeah. They're both quite good characters, actually.
So what is the biggest challenge on taking on this role?
The biggest challenge, I think, is having to spend so much time in Stoke-on-Trent. It's not the kind of place I'd normally visit. But you're obviously a Stoke person, so I'm going to say, I love your beautiful city. No, it's been interesting being up here. It's been lovely seeing all the industry and all the old buildings. But yeah, Stoke's never been a destination I've really kind of put on my bucket list of places to spend a few weeks. Everyone's going to hate me now, aren't they?
No, bollocks to that. The challenging thing about this role is getting the right facial expressions and right tone of voice to really represent his kind of neediness for fame and jealousy for when he sees the other reporters reporting the band instead of him. You've got to really try and. So I've been practicing getting the tone of voice right out of and the right facial expressions to look really jealous. But jealousy, yeah. So he's such an animated character. Well, I am anyway. But I need to to really tell the story of my character. I really got to make sure I really practice the movements and tone of voice just to get the right. What I'm trying to say is, I really want fame.
The biggest challenge is that the character's so much different than I am. So when coming up with all this rudeness and all these face-pulling things, it's completely against what I would do in that situation. He's not up for teamwork, although he knows that he's got to work as a team. He'd sooner deal with it by himself if he could. and that's very different from me. So it's a completely different character, and the sort of the prancing around as well. It's very. I don't walk down the street like that, you know, rarely anyway. So yeah, he's just completely different from me. So I've had to build him from the ground up. You know, I took a bit of influence from a character that I played in a play last year, Bouncers. Well, I don't know if you know the play, but you have to play various different characters. A bouncer, obviously, lads on a night out, and you have to also play girls on a night out. No props apart from a handbag. So it's all facial expression and voices and this, that and the other. And my character was called Elaine, so I just used Elaine, and she, you know, made her a bit more masculine, and she became Alan. So I've had to take quite a lot into consideration when building Alan up. So it's a challenge, but that's why I'm here. That's why I like doing it. It's, you know, I can see that John's raising the bar with every film that he does, and therefore he needs the same from us, or else, you know, get left behind.
The biggest challenge about taking on the role would probably be... I got this role quite late in the day. I was going to be one of the other characters, and then unfortunately the girl who was going to play May, I think, became poorly, so I ended up getting this role quite late in the day. So it was a challenge to learn all of the lines in a week, and I got married on Saturday, so I had even less time because I was busy doing that. So that's probably been the biggest challenge for me, just getting the lines under my belt.
The hardest thing I've had to do so far was when the clown grabs hold of me. I had to be petrified for about 20 minutes, 25 minutes, non-stop. As we did take off to take off to take, and that was quite physically draining, being physically petrified, and I can't say anything, so it's all just movements and shaking. That was quite tough.
I think the biggest challenge is just trying to... John Williams is a brilliant writer and director, by the way, and I suppose it's just giving John exactly what he wants. Because obviously he wrote this character with me in mind. So he actually written and cast me around this character. So it's just basically living up to his expectations. So far, so good.
Growing a moustache, hate it. I've been getting that much shit from it. Itches. My girlfriend won't kiss me. The hair looks shit.
I suppose getting here really, because I come from London, don't I? So that's about it really. But no, the actual role I quite like. It's there weren't no hassle really. I quite liked it.
He's never been this far north before.
No, I haven't.
You got a nosebleed.
Yeah. And bloodshot eyes.
Yeah, got pink eye.
You took my daughter! Getting up in the morning. Like, there's been a lot of early starts, and
this is true.
I usually get up at a good 11. If it's a busy day, I get up at 10. So, but yeah, to get out of bed at 6 o'clock in the morning is hell on earth. I don't know anybody does it.
I thought he meant in like an artistic way.
Oh, in an artistic way. In an artistic way. What was the question again? Sorry.
What was the hardest part about playing Sneak?
Oh yeah, okay. The hardest part about playing Sneak in an artistic way was all the vaping. To be fair, like I like a good vape, as everybody knows, but to be vaping constantly for every single scene and trying to perform a line with a lung full of vape cloud can be difficult sometimes.
I think the trick is to breathe out and then...
This is the worst interview in human history.
This is the best interview in human history. Like, are we all having fun? Are we all having
we are, they are!
Oh, the biggest challenge? Well, from a personal perspective, is learning lines because I suck at it. Really choosing the wrong business to go into here. And from a creative perspective...
You didn't mention the wig.
I didn't mention the wig. The wig's fucking annoying, it's got to be said. I don't know why, because I've got loads of hair. There's no follicle challenge right here. Oh, that's it. Massage it, make it grow. And the hair.
Oh, shall I massage
the hair as well? Yeah. I don't know. I don't know is the answer.
I think it's as much as a good question it is, but I think as professional actors that we are, you know, we don't really have a problem getting into any role because we're that good at what we do.
So no, I did.
So there's no.
I totally had a problem getting into the role because I'm not allowed to speak. I'm not allowed to say anything, and I'm always in the background. And that is not how I like to live.
That's technically the easiest job.
no, yeah, it is. The hard part was it's actually easy, and you feel like you're doing it wrong if it's easy.
Without giving too much away, what is your favourite piece of dialogue or line?
Shut your face. Shut your face. And he doesn't say it just once, he says it quite a few times, and it's just, it can end any conversation. Shut your face. Love it, absolutely brilliant. But I do also love That's What Scamp Thought. Yeah, but you'll have to watch the film to see what that means.
Everyone in this cast is so funny, genuinely. Like, they're all really personable people, and so I think some of the real comedy comes from their interaction when the lines just change slightly from the script, and instead of saying "I'll get lost," they'll say like "oh," and it's because they've put that into the character, and those are the funniest moments where the dialogue just changes or gets tweaked slightly so it fits in with the character that they've come up with.
I haven't got a favourite line actually. There's not one that stands out for me in my script, I'd say. Yeah. I mean, there's nothing. Yeah, I mean, who wrote this? Not me. If I did, there'd be a lot changed, let me say that.
She doesn't have very many exciting lines. She's a bit boring, to be honest with you. She's quite mumsy. The lads have much more exciting lines. You know what I mean? I wish I'd been the clown. That must be fun.
One of my favourite ones, again, without saying too much about the line, is when he describes the actual clown. He's panicking his face. He's completely scared at the incident and the idea what's just happened, and it does come across he absolutely doesn't want to be there, and that's probably one of the best lines is when he's actually first sees the clown.
Well, I'll go with whatever line he says and I agree with him, so I'll get in character that way.
I think my favourite line is piss off. Do you think this is Scooby-Doo or something?
You can't give too much away.
Oh yeah, delete that bit.
That's it.
Piss off.
I mean, that's
my favourite. What's yours?
I don't know. Yeah, no, I'll agree with that one.
My favourite line, I suppose, isn't in my dialogue, but one that applies to me is where I'm left tied to a chair and everyone thinks they've won and they leave and I'm sort of left behind. And I scream and Pete says, "Oh, he's like a Labrador, he won't do anything unless he's told." I think that's really descriptive, lovely of the character.
I don't have a line in the whole film, but if I'm going to pick one, it would be... I can't really say it too much, but the song that you were singing yesterday, pretty much the entire song, Godges, the song, the lyrics of Godges were... all of them, they were
pretty hardcore.
They were my favourite lines.
You grab an extension and run some power to the back and bring it down.
Okay, right guys.
Yeah, Matt.
Yeah, sorry.
Anything about the three wise men?
She ain't happy with normal now. She got fucked by God. Give birth in Bethlehem. We should write an album. Really, this is it. Might offend a few people on the way.
Nah, it's alright.
She went down with a filthy Luke, smacked her face with a holy boo.
That's why I make my weird batch. Hang on.
Which word?
This is my beat. This is my
beat. What do you mean? But my sack is full. If there's a hell, we'll burn anyone.
It wasn't his, it was God's juice. Cut from above, flew up like a dove. A virgin birth from this holy girl. She wasn't happy with mortal man. She got born by God in Bethlehem. This is my baby, what do you mean? Because my sack is full and my cock is clean.
I guess it's messy like a
Just following
band guy. It's just not bold. Like, is that really noticeable? Go in front of the camera for a second.
He wasn't happy, said shave your fur. The king's brought gold frankincense and myrrh. Gold frankincense and myrrh. Terrible.
Pete Bennett, take one. Hi, how you doing? That's pretty good. Call from above.
Flew like a dove. A virgin birth from his holy girl. Wasn't happy with mortal man. She got born, my God, in Bethlehem. This is my baby, what do you need? Cause my sack is full and my cock is clean. And then it just needs one more line, John. If he's got inspiration, it needs another.
Yeah, I'm trying to think one now. He opened his fly and out it poured. I got fucked by the Holy Lord.
Yeah, that's right.
That's after cock clean.
This is my baby. What do you mean?
Quite nice.
Because my sack is full and my cock is clean.
Beautiful song. John is amazing. Great song, guys.
Oh, actually, no, my favourite line is the ones that you can't hear that I whisper in his ear every time when I'm supposed to be whispering.
they're my favourite ones
serious,
too.
but I whisper horrific, awful things that no one should ever hear, and he has to keep his face straight and say what I'm supposed to have said. But I've never said it.
Is there a small girl in the room? Oh, it's just Ben. It's alright.
So that's my favourite.
Laughing like a geisha in the corner.
Tell me a little bit more about the characters in the film, how you chose, how you come about choosing those characters.
Okay, the cast, you mean?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, let's start with Messiah Fist. Messiah Fist was sort of the original idea for the film. It was going to be a film just about Messiah Fist, but decided to put clowns and stuff in as well. There's only one choice really for the singer of Messiah Fist, which is Max, which is Max van der Kroon, who I've worked with previously on the Slayers and before that the Mother Town. Always a reliable member. Max got a great singing voice as well as obviously great acting skills, so he's the prime choice for Max, the singer. Unfortunately, Max hasn't any hair. We had to provide hair for him, so we had to go to a wig shop in Hanley and buy him a wig, which he was very fond of. But unfortunately, we had to take it away from him, and since he's gone on a downward spiral. So yeah, but yeah, and then also JP Parsons, who plays Sneege. Went to talk to. I've known JP a long time, but I went to talk to JP in a pub in Leek, sort of an audition, and he was obviously perfect for the role. Hasn't had to change much of his character. That's the way he talks in real life, so it's all good. So yeah, fantastic. I think he'll do really well with this film. And also Matthew Sandland, who plays Gus. Matthew played Job in The Slayers, my last film. Matthew did a fantastic job. He's very eager, very enthusiastic about the whole filming process. I was a bit gutted when I had to tell him he didn't actually have any lines in the film. So all he was playing it mute, but you know, he was happy with it.
Yes. That was pretty cool.
Also in the film we've had guest appearances from bands such as Jesse's Divide and the King's Pistol, who played the role of the villagers in the film. They they play like Messiah Fist's rival band, as it were, the Hipsters.
Screw you, Fisk!
But that's pretty much the main cast. Obviously, Pete Benny to the film and CJ Mackay, who play Steve Smith and Dave.
I'm quite literally beside myself.
Pete, obviously, I've known for quite a long time now. He's in my earlier films. He's also in The Mother Town, The Slayers, obviously this one as well. Pete's a great character, fantastic actor. He can adjust to many roles and really sort of come to life with this film. So really look forward to working with Pete again soon.
Oh my god. Oh, thank you. I was not doing anything. It was nice though. It's really nice. It's really, really warm. Can we get involved? Yeah? No? Try, fine.
When I did the Slayers last year, I just had two characters, obviously Job and Nigel, played by Darren McCree and Matthew Sandland. It was very different because it was just them two sort of main characters in the film, and obviously George Newton, who played Reg in the film. So he was just working with three main characters in the whole film, so it was very different coming into Crispy's Curse when you got, 12 or 13 main characters in the film. Very different, a lot more difficult obviously, but really good at the same time because he chops and changes quite nicely and makes the film really interesting. And then obviously we got to film at various locations such as the Leopard in Burslem, fantastic location, Sharon Crisp, the landlady, absolutely amazing, just really let us go to work on the place, so thank you Sharon. And also Dominique's Wine Bar, which is just down the road from here, very accommodating, lovely bar, and we got to film some really good scenes in there.
Okay, just hold the wrong.
As for me, that'd be my agent.
And also Pete Talman, who allowed us to use his ice cream van on a couple of occasions for the film. Aside from the cast, to make a film such as this, we've had a fantastic crew from Will Price, the director of photography. I worked with Will previously on The Slayers, obviously fantastic cinematography. Obviously the same goes for this one as well. And also Billy Bannister, sound recordist, absolute perfectionist. He'll record pretty much everything. What? He'll record everything, obviously.
Have we got a teaspoon anywhere? There's a bit of metal.
Yeah, you just put the nose in there.
In the glass?
Yeah, just put it in the glass. Okay, hang on. That's enough. Okay, thanks.
Do you want one of the sweat dripping off my balls?
I do, yeah. Get the balls out now.
Fucking up.
Quite the 4-1. Got the 416.
That's mine for the job, Billy.
We've got a mic up about 5 or 6 actors, and then I've got to listen to those actors, mix those actors, and boom those actors. So the way I've done it is I've got a panoramic boom going across here to drop in. So we've got a bit of boom action. I'm going to boom Darren, who's the main guy as well. So we're running 2 booms, and then we're running 5, 6 radio mics on everybody as well. So we've got cross 11s going and 2 4-1-6s. Hopefully should do it for us.
Tell him he's full of shit.
Speed, nice, quiet,
Quiet, everybody.
Okay, that was good for me.
Then we have Jackie Dunn, who's an assistant producer on The Slayers as well as this film. Fantastic, above and beyond the Call of Duty. She just literally, she's the mother of the group, and everybody appreciates, everybody loves her. So fantastic job. Then we have Ben Chapman, also works on the film. Silence please guys, silence please guys. Well loved member. He had a lot of flack on the film, but he took it very well. So well done, Ben. Ah! Oh no! Ah! My leg! My leg! Please! Ah! Ah! Please stop! Ah! Except he's not his leg. He's getting hold by the throat. We won't go into that. Also, Danny Young, little Danny, like a little whippet running around everywhere, made Will's job a lot easier. Really sound guy. Look forward to working with him again soon. And also Colin Dimitri, the script supervisor. We called him the gnome on the stairs. Gimli, not to his face, but yeah, Gimli, top guy, did a fantastic job, very thorough. Sat there with his headphones on, scrunched up at the bottom of the stairs. So. And also the runners on the film, Darren, Joel, and the list is endless.
Can you hold one in for a second? I'll get pass in one bit. Yeah, corners.
Yeah. Special effects, Graham Taylor, fantastic. Graham and Mim, absolutely awesome. Went above and beyond on this film. Really pulled out the stops. Some amazing stuff. Really enjoyed working with these guys.
Yeah, this one's for the shotgun scene on Friday, I think it is. Yeah, it just sits on the body and then on top of the air cannon. Pre-cut, and then we just blast it. Like I say, it's a lot of work just to see it. For 1 second
Got a bit of a Terry Wogan haircut, doesn't it?
What's the dude who gets to shotgun please?
Okay. I get to do the fun bit.
It's just a misspent youth that I've had of just watching horror films and watching all the extras and stuff. This mould, Ian, the other effects guy, yeah, he came down and went with the mould, so it's his face. Wow. That's what he looks like with hair.
Wow.
I love making.
You can't do one for me, can you?
This is all makeup. Once I take this off, I'm hideous. Yeah, so makeup artists are great. Have you seen what they've been doing?
The film follows Messiah Fist and all these various groups as they do battle with this demonic clown, Crispy. We had a curse going on for Crispy's curse. There was a curse running through the whole thing. Things were going wrong, cars were breaking down, and people were almost dying on set. It was pretty full on. So it was fun, but pretty intense.
I knew that was going to happen. Just say it.
5 questions about the production in general.
Okay.
Okay.
Oh, this is going to go well.
Here we go.
Right. You can rely on us.
First question, what sort of person is going to love the film?
Right.
The dumbstruck look on everyone's face.
I think
someone with 6 legs.
People who like horror
a vested
and
interest
comedy.
in
He's basically touching 2 bases here: horror and comedy, hand in hand.
Merge.
And yeah. So if you're into horror or comedy, you will like this film.
Yeah, I think anyone who enjoys silliness and who doesn't take life too seriously will have a whale of a time.
I think that, and like just generally people who have got no social life whatsoever and just watch a lot of movies. When you get bored of the current DVD collection, and you write a movie as well.
Fans of John's previous work, obviously. I think the Mother Town had a massive following. The Slayer's the same, and I think he's built up a following of people who would love anything the guy does because they love the way he thinks. I mean, they love the way he writes, and he's going to have those guys. But I think the Slayers, with every film that he makes, I think he sort of brings along, a few more people. I know that the Slayers has started to, do quite well in America and places like that. So I think he's bringing in your regular horror fans, those who don't take themselves very seriously. They're quite happy to watch a mix of cheesy comedy, with some cheesy gore, blood and gore, but they're also a bit more of a thinking man's horror fan, because there's a lot of subtle gags in what John does, and you've got to be pretty astute and on the ball to spot those. So I think he's aiming towards your horror fan who's a bit of a horror nerd as well, because he puts a lot of references into other films as well. So yeah, horror nerds. That's what we'll umbrella it with that, shall we?
I'd say the person who's going to love this film is, I'd say the people who love the crazy B-movie horrors, that kind of out there sci-fi fantasy films that don't take themselves too seriously. You get these horror films that are all like, oh, you know, they have this horrible tone to them. Like everyone's like really kind of wooden, and there's no kind of characters. And there's no, and you get these horror films you watch it, and then people get killed, and you don't give a shit. I think this is going to really work for people who love to be emotionally moved by the characters. Every single one of them are all different, and they've all got their own lovable personality. And I think real movie buffs are going to love this film because they're going to be really, really upset when they see me die. I don't want to die. Why have I got to die? I die in every film. I'm really sick of dying, John. Just saying. I'm going to hold it against him, but he's always killing me off. There he is, he's going to kill me. He's literally wants me dead. It's not going to work, mate. It's not going to work. I'll be here forever.
I think anyone that likes horror, that likes comedy, that's interested in clowns, maybe, that loves Stoke. A lot of it's filmed around the Stoke area, so I think if you're a Midlands horror fan, then this is the film for you.
Anyone who likes indie films, slasher comedies, anyone who's looking for something a bit more local, because although it's a horror genre, it's not completely going to put people off if they don't like blood and guts. There's some of it, but it's not designed to make you feel ill. Like some of the horror comedies tend to be quite over the top vulgar. This isn't as much. This is more about the characters and about the dialogue.
People that love horror movies, slash movies, scary stuff, gore. Yeah, people with a bit of a twisted mind, I think.
Someone that can't spell or read.
I think anyone who likes comedy horrors, anyone who likes decent films, actually, it all looks really quite good.
Who would you advise not to see the film?
Children. Avoid and old people, because bless them, there's nothing in it for them, unless they are an ageing horror geek. I can't see them getting much out of this. But having said that, you know, why not? I don't know. But I'd exclude kids because there's going to be a lot of gory scenes. I don't know if my daughter will be watching this. I don't know. I took her to see The Slayers, but I'll have to watch this first and see whether or not we can, you know, I shall have nightmares for months.
I think anybody who's got a phobia of clowns shouldn't watch this film.
My mum would not like this film. She is a very strong-willed Christian lady, and we grieve God all the way through.
I don't think we do really, though. I think our characters are genuine in their faith, and, you know, they're not stupid because they have faith. They are stupid because they have no real-world knowledge. So I don't think it's really that harsh on Christianity at all. It's not an attack, per se.
No, it's definitely not an attack. It's all in light humour, especially because they don't even realise when they're doing anything offensive.
We hope the Church of England take it on the chin. Carry on.
The Mormons will hate it.
Yeah.
Obviously, people who are scared of clowns, maybe, you know, shouldn't watch the film, because obviously, you know, there's a big clown in it, and yeah, just don't watch that. You know, if you were scared of it, you're gonna be scared of this, because it's much scarier than it. It was shit. Come on, let's be honest. A huge ant that, you know what I mean, turned into a clown. I mean, all that doesn't make any sense. This film makes sense. It has logical scenes, moral and emotionally, and it has depth. It has a lot of depth. You know what I mean? Yeah. And it's funny as well. I mean, I've laughed my head off this film. I think people who like a bit of the, hopefully it's so bad it's good. Hopefully it's really good, it's good. Either way, I hope it's not like...
Hopefully it's so good it's bad.
Yeah, hopefully it's bad, or hopefully it's so bad it's good. Either way.
Either way, you made it sound shit.
Yeah, anyway, I'm a twat, and John ain't going to work with me again, because he hates me.
I suppose there's normally a lot of blood involved in John Williams' film, lots of oozingness and stuff going on. So I suppose if you're tickle-stomached, as one would say, if you're tickle-stomached, then maybe avoid this film.
I'd probably say younger audiences, maybe sort of 15 and under, just because they probably won't understand sort of the in-jokes and some of the banter that goes along between the characters, and it's, like I say, it's not overly graphic, but yeah, I'd probably steer clear of them.
People who don't like clowns.
Your kids, don't shout to your kids. Or if you've got a pet cat, yeah. Or someone who a bit squeamish when they watch Casualty. But everyone else, watch it.
Anybody with a fear of clowns, for definite. Advised to stay away. I don't know. People who take things too serious, and of course children, but that's down to parenting.
Why did you want to get involved in the film?
I wanted to get involved because John is really good at blowing up balloons. Every time I see him blow up a balloon, I just imagine myself at the end of it. Look, he's interested. Crispy, keep your hands off. But also, because to be honest, I'll tell you the real honest reason why I wanted to be involved in Crispy's Curse is because I have a dream of going to Hollywood, and I think this is the way I'm going to get skyrocketed there, baby. Because I think John is a fucking great director, and every time he does a film, it just gets better and better. And I think I'm onto a good thing. John is fucking wicked. Come on, he's really good, and his films are really funny. And I think if I do these films, it's going to really help my career. That's a really selfish thing to do, but hey, we're using each other. He uses me, he uses me because people know me, and I'm using him. We're using each other. That's why we're doing this. It's great. Love you, John. So there you go.
John Williams and I have worked on films for quite a few years now. I'm one of his sort of go-to friends when he's in need of a character. And so I guess I really enjoy working with John. And I think this is the first film that I've not been written out the script, or I've not been dead for at least part of it. So that would be a good one to why I wanted to do this character.
Firstly, because it's a John Williams film, and I think I would love to be involved in anything that John does, unless he comes up with a spectacularly bad script. A, that's unlikely to happen, and B, I probably still want to be in it anyway. Mainly to work with John, to work with the guys again. He's got quite a few people back from the Slayers, so a John Williams film production now is becoming a bit of a family, with the guys that are working on it. So it's great to see them again. We work well together, in my opinion, and we just love the end product, where we all get to see the finished article and set the film off into the world, and touch wood, it keeps going higher every time. So it's just a pleasure to keep coming back.
It started because I was involved in John's first film, which is The Mother Town, and that was a massive success. And so far, he's gone from strength to strength, and I do believe in John. He's gonna be massive. It's massive already in Stoke, but I really believe every time he puts pen to paper, every production he does, it's at so much more polished, it's at so much more funnier, and it's getting out there. And I think his last film, The Slayers, went right around the world, and it was quite big in America and everywhere. So as an up-and-coming actor myself, I do want to adhere and align myself to good people like John, because in other words, get on his coat strings and go all the way with him, to be fair. Hence that's the reason why I give up my time when I come, because it's very enjoyable.
Drugs and hookers is my I need to fund it somehow.
Hookers and cocaine. John.
John, yeah.
John was obviously I did the Slayers, so did Max.
So did JP.
And so did JP. I keep forgetting it's because you looked so different.
I did one scene,
Yeah.
and I thought it was.
And he was the telepathic vampire, but he didn't know, so he learned all his lines, and then was angry that you couldn't say.
Why give me a script whenever, you know?
But that was it, John, and I wanted to see, because obviously I saw The Mother Town, which also Max was in, and then I saw the step up to the Slayers, so I wanted to be part of the next step up. And John's writing is always hysterical, even though I wasn't allowed to deliver any of it, which I'm not annoyed about at all.
Yeah, I think John's got a real knack for finding a group of people who are compatible in sort of sense of humour, work ethic.
Baby, compatible.
There's also really strong sexual attraction. So
only to Max though, and this is why he always looks tired, because he's always doing things to people.
I've heard that John Williams has a great reputation for making horror films, and it's quite a quirky script, so I was drawn towards it. And also because everyone here has been so lovely, it's been a delight to work with everyone. Everyone's really cool.
My good buddy Darren has been filming a lot with John, and when I heard there were some new auditions coming up, I've done stage work before, but I've never been involved in the film. So it was something on the bucket list to have a go at, and I'm loving it.
Well, I've known John all my life, so the director and writer and producer, and we used to mess around years ago doing little things on cameras, and we never actually did anything together. I've been away for 5 years, came back. I missed the Slayers, the last movie that he did, and I always wanted to be a part of it on any level, even if I could just help out. Just working with him, because he's ace, he's my best mate, and it's brilliant. It is, yeah.
Well, I spoke to John, and I looked at the other films he'd done and just thought they looked really good and looked quality, so I was really pleased he asked me to be involved, so I was quite chuffed about it really, so yeah, I couldn't wait.
What was the question?
Well, why did you want to get involved in the film? I'm meant to be the student.
This is real life now. Why did I want to get involved? It just seemed like a fun project when John sent the script over. I read through it and thought, well, Pope's a real funny character to sort of portray, and especially when Dino got cast as Moss, I thought, yeah, this is definitely the right choice. He's just so funny, and he's helped my job a lot easier, just with his performance really. But yeah, no, I think it's going to be good, and enjoying to see the finished result.
Yeah.
Who do you think has the best costume in the film?
Oh, Crispy, definitely, yeah. And I also quite like the detectives' kind of 70s outfits as well, kind of like 70s detectives, which I quite like.
Well, I haven't seen Crispy in action yet, so I mean, I've got a feeling that Crispy's going to look pretty spectacular. I've seen he's in makeup now over there, so I've seen him being created. I like Alan, and I'm sorry to be biased, but I love Alan's costume. Somebody showed me a picture that they took earlier on, and it's wow. He's looking pretty dapper. But I can't say that because I'm biased. So Crispy.
Crispy has the best.
Crispy has the best costume, yeah. For sure.
That's amazing. I basically wear the same clothes that I walk off the street in, so I don't really like. I actually wear a black t-shirt and blue jeans most days of my life. The only difference I have is my hair's down a lot more. So
I think Max has the best costume simply because this changes so much.
My hair.
You have hair and you look deliciously gorgeous. It's like Goldilocks.
Thank you.
And you can sleep in my bed anytime.
Can I eat your porridge?
You can stir my porridge.
with my dick.
I actually think your costume is the best because I like your Evil Dead t-shirt.
Yeah, I do love the Evil Dead.
I didn't realise we were allowed to have t-shirts like that. If I did, I'd have got one.
John got it me, hence what it's pretty big. But I'd never ever wear this ever normally, even though I do love the film. It's not my style at all. Neither are these. But hey-oh. But I like yours the most, just because of the wig.
Thank you.
And the jacket.
And the jacket, actually. Yeah.
It's really hot though.
Out of our three, I think yours is the favourite, although I like his hair the most overall.
Because it's actual hair.
Basically, I like nothing about myself. Just Oh God.
I know where they've been, so it's okay.
Yeah, I can imagine where they've been. It's not okay.
It's obviously who's got the best costume, isn't it? I mean, it's Crispy, isn't it? Crispy has the best costume because he's a clown. Yeah. Best costume goes to Crispy. Crispy got best costume award.
It's got to be the clown, hasn't it?
The ones I've seen, I do like Darren's and I do like Crispy's. The fact that he's not your stereotypical killer clown everyone expects scary and horrible, and he's not. He's a lovable, friendly. You could see yourself having a pint with him. Just some of the stories that make you cringe.
I'm going to go Darren, and he plays Alon Baptiste, and his costume's just ever so beige. I think he's stereotypically epitomised camp spirit hunters all across the globe.
Yeah, I've got to say, Krusty. Or Crispy.
Crispy.
Shit. Sorry, we get rid of that. Yeah, Dennis.
Darren's costume's quite cool. I like the little turtleneck thing he's got. That's quite good. Actually, I think I quite like mine.
No, Crispy. Definitely Crispy.
Crispy.
Baptiste, the character, who's like the very camp clairvoyant. I like his costume, he looks stupid. And the costumes on anybody who's dead, brilliant, because they're covered in blood. So. Yeah.
What will people be thinking about after seeing the film?
What? Will there be a sequel? Will there be a prequel? Will we see Pope and Moss again? Will there be a spin-off series with Pope and Moss? Pope and Moss were the best.
I've got no idea, but they'll enjoy it.
I think they'll be thinking, what's next for John? What's he going to think of next? Because he's taken horror fans on some journeys. Where does he go next? I think they'll also be laughing. I think they'll be laughing a lot. I think they'll appreciate the work that's gone in. We know it's going to look ace because of Will. We know it's going to sound ace because of Bill. And we know that everybody behind the scenes and the actors involved, they know the stuff and they're hard working. So they're going to come away thinking that's another cracker by John and bring on the next one.
I think they'll be thinking, I don't know, will they be scared of clowns?
I don't know.
Because Crispy, when Dan plays Crispy, that's pretty intense.
I think they'll just be wondering how they made a fat guy as sexy as they did me.
Maybe.
I think that's what it is.
Yeah. And they'll be like thinking, is that Sneege even a real person? What is he?
So that's where the effects budget went to create Sneege.
Where did they find him?
You're actually a 40-year-old black woman from...
I am.
Kentucky. From
Praise
Kentucky.
the Lord.
So yeah.
I'm trying to think of one real honest answer to give, but what would they be thinking?
I think they'd be like, oh, I was thoroughly enjoying.
Yeah. Why has it ended?
Yeah. Will there be another? Will there be a Crispies 2? Crispies?
I think they'll be wondering, is there nothing that I won't beat up to?
I think some people will be giggling over the different scenes. Some people will take something from the kind of a horror comedy factor. I said, like I said before, everyone will take something away from it. It's that kind of film, it's so diverse.
They'll be thinking about me and my amazing performance. They'll be thinking, wow, got to get him in my movie. And that's all they're going to think about. And that's what that's what's going to happen. I'm sorry to say, but it's true. Yeah. And they're going to say, didn't John Williams do the score for Jurassic Park? That's what they're going to say. And yeah. And now he's directing. They're going to be thinking, wow, composer and a director. That's amazing.
I think people will have a renewed fear of clowns, which is good because I think they're creepy as well. Yeah, a renewed fear of men in makeup that are supposed to be funny and happy and actually are weird and murderous.
Hopefully, when's the next one coming out?
I hope I don't see a killer clown.
I think they'd be too busy laughing still. That's about all. It's just hilarious, really is. Very, very funny film. I think they'll just be reminiscing the funny scenes because there's many of them. So, yeah, I'd say that.
Okay.
Alright, cheers Chris. Don't meet you.
I'll see you Sunday.
Cheers,
anyway.
buddy. Stupid idea.
You're gonna break it?
No. Oh, yes, broke that.
No, that was already broke.
Oh, I didn't do it. Who does this?
John's, yeah.
Oh, fuck you.
Weird, huh?
What's that? The Vontard. Isn't that maybe your Samos?
Yeah.
Let's go and have a look, see.
You have to go. His hand still clasping onto me. And this never happened. Fine by me, I whispered. I pulled my beep out of his hand, grabbed my clothes. He dropped onto his bed, his naked beep glistened with... What? Is it right? Dripping like a fried egg cookie.
I'll just have that crisp. Just to tell you. Oh, it's just an investigational journalism. Oh.
I don't know where to go and order another plate to watch your acting.
Yeah, bacon crisps.
Shall I go get another plate of sandwich?
Yeah, bacon.
Yes, please.
There's not enough there, is there?
There's not really.
Not for us. Oh, you mean everyone? Nah, yeah, more.
Shall I go get another
Go on.
plate?
And crisps, yeah, bacon crisps. They're fucking lovely, they are.
Oh, I'd like to try crisp.
Tell them to throw some prawn cocktail crisps on it.
Oh, nice.
And the way that it ended up where 35 was there.
Very crispy and
Yeah.
fish coming later on.
I'll just take that, just to help everyone out.
Yeah, you're doing everyone a favour. It's a service that you're providing.
Definitely.
Hi.
Anyone else like cold lines? Hello.
Nice creepy as fuck location.
This is proper scary, isn't it?
You've been done that?
No.
Take a pound of gold.
What is the thing there then? This I've seen already, it's so creepy. I haven't seen the light on there, what is it? Where is it? Oh my god! What is that? Watch on camera.
Bastard trying to find parking. Horrendous, isn't it?
Is this going to happen all day?
Yeah.
Probably.
I'm on the blowers anyway. Put it on these one. I'll be quick as I can. Because they're not here yet anyway.
What's this having?
Rain equals 500 points.
Thing is,
Never joking the vein, is it?
go on, John, have a look. Have a look, mate, you know you want it.
So you were in a cold spot.
I'm 19 then. Hang on. You keep moving your arm. Because you're 19.
John was up here moving stuff around. So.
Yeah.
You on your own? Yeah. Well, I thought I was following John, but I was, kind of.
I don't know what you've written now,
I think that's a bag of bones. That.
Bag of bones.
Oh, bag of bones.
I should have me lines with me. Just to prompt me.
It's through there.
Exactly what you want to do with the 6, by the way.
So this was a murder room, yeah? We've been fucking around in here, and this is where someone, not fucking around, but this is where someone got murdered.
No, this is the least scariest room.
If we work on this corner together, then I reckon, like, we're pretty close then.
You asshole.
Jesus.
Jesus.
That's not fucking dust.
It's energy.
Yeah, we're just contextually the energy in the building.
Is that really dust?
Yeah, it's dust.
It's just it's travelling at quite a rate.
Yeah, that seems. That's quite big.
I don't like it. Oh, fuck. Scary.
I'm so sorry when everyone gets it.
Max! Right, you motherfuckers.
Film upstairs and scary bit. Yeah. It's
What's it like?
Motherfucker.
Oh no, it's coming alive again.
Where is he?
Just down that side. If you move the bag, that's it. See?
No.
kick your ass if you don't kill him soon.
There.
There he is. Gone.
Hasta la vista, baby.
That is X-Fly.
That is gone.
Congratulations, Wes. I mean, if there's an Oscar for the best gag reflex, it'll be you, Wes.
Wide shot from back there.
Yeah,
Probably would do a wide from back there anyway with them all like this.
Yeah, okay, yeah. So backing us into the
You horrible bastard.
That's better.
The floor, what we're going to do about the floor?
Oh, Jesus Christ.
I don't know, what's in the vomit?
Porridge and carrots. This ain't
I'm
going
not
to
thinking
work.
about it.
What's that? What do you think of that?
Who's been sick first?
You, I think.
Be brave.
Yeah, it's not like blood, is it? Where we have to cover everything.
The scraper when it's dry.
Say one of the ghosts did it, doesn't it?
Shitty funny things. By the time Dean's come round at the same turn, you let yours out, okay? So let's go the same turn. Alright.
So have you got to put some in
He
your mouth?
can't do the line. He's not a gospel, he can't do the line, can he?
Dare you ride, Moss?
What's this thing?
What's that? Looks like a ride, Moss. Are you going on?
You first.
Right, it's a kid's ride. Go on.
No, you go on.
No, I ain't going on. No, I'm too big for it. You go on. No, I'll go on if you go on.
I don't want to. Well, you should.
Mom tart. Maybe your son, Moss.
I'm not going to go on.
I can't say that.
The guy you've seen is like, what the fuck? Just about, you know.
How are you going to put that in now?
What are you That's your face there. You've got blue eyebrows. Okay, still rolling, give him a spin. Okay, give him a little kick then. So spin him a bit more, Dan. Start looking a bit queasy now.
So I can chuckle vomit as we get there. It's pus from a cancerous bloke.
Come on, now, stop
all
it.
6 okay, let's get spinning.
I've got over here as well.
I can't fucking see it. I'll get it.
Okay, ready?
I'm sorry, I've got another cup, dude. I'll just do one.
I'll just do it.
Real tears. What was the fly in it? I can't do it. Shit!
Should we cut then?
No.
Get you both together.
On my hand.
Get a bro photo.
Oh, lost my set well. Oh, you bet.
Yeah, Dave, the underworld spot there.
Oh, boy.
Done? Okay, cut.
You horrible bastard.
Okay, I didn't mean to upset you. I apologise. I know it's a sensitive time for you. I'll make it up to you later, if you behave. Come on, Morris, back to work.
Can we have a break? It's bad enough sitting here in silence and listening to you flirting with your imagination.
My imagination. Tell me, clever girl, who's Claire Hammond? You were certainly using your imagination with her, weren't you? You dirty bitch. I've commanded the evil spirit to materialise, now we wait. Once he shows, I will then trap him in this... Max!
Fucking hell, you bunch of cunts. Jesus H. Christ.
I've done it like 4 times here.
That's it. Pick on the fat kid.
He's done loads of times.
I can't do it in the flip yet.
Oh, let's go for a flip. One more.
Flatting it at my face, isn't it?
Everybody to be quiet on this, because I've got to take a buzz track of the room.
Okay.
I've got acoustic night tonight. You have to, yeah, I'm on the drums tonight.
Oh, right, okay.
I never dreamed that I loved somebody like you. No. Oh. I don't know that one.
You live in Fields and you are?
Bathing hay. If you get your acting one,
It's like a bird bag. Singing out for yourself. Oh.
Sure.
What's the best way to get
Just bring it away.
I don't know what the fuck's in here, man, but it's pretty heavy shit. Okay, I want you to do one. Amen.
Okay.
Okay? Okay, so nice and quiet and still. Just watch that leather jacket making a squeaky noise. And nice and quiet, please, everybody. Just give it a beat in between the amen and...
Okay. That's all right. I'm doing like, it's delightful kind of. I get you, sorry.
Okay, keep quiet, please. Brilliant, well done.
Thank you. There.
Yeah.
And then sort of...
Okay, right.
Well, that's pointless me playing this.
Okay, or maybe bless myself.
Yeah, bless yourself after.
Okay, so I'm doing this.
Stop playing that sound.
Yes. Can you see his face through there, Bob? Right, because you should be able to see his face through the guitar strings. Or if you can adjust it so that it is.
What a bizarre sight that is.
Looks like I've got a right easy kill. How lucky am I? Oi, clown boy! Why don't you pick on someone your own side?
I'd like to just say thank you to all the cast and crew who were very, very patient, very professional throughout the whole process. And obviously everybody who supported the project on my Facebook page, my Facebook group. Thank you from the bottom of my heart. Yeah, you really made such a huge difference.
We killed it.
And obviously the people who helped to finance the film, Julia Veer Langton, and also Mark Langton, who helped to finance the film. Without them, it just wouldn't have been possible. So thank you.
You think he's going to open his eyes on you, don't you?
Everybody was
in boobs.
I'm not in this, you know.
It's disturbing, isn't it?
I think we need a picture though with Dad next to this mask. That one, yeah. That one, gas masks in.
Yeah.
Ready when you are, Max?
All in a day's work.
Yeah,
Everyone's ready to applaud me, you know, it's fine. Keep going, keep going.
So, could you tell me what Crispy's Curse is all about?
It's a clown just killing people, and there's people trying unsuccessfully to try and stop him from killing people. That's what it's about.